Hello, my name is Sydney Sanford, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Jeep. Jeep was originally called GP or General Purpose for the original 4x4 vehicle. Jeep got its heritage beginning in the Cold War and World War II. Willys claimed name to the trademark after the war because it released the first civilian car. Consumers who drive a Jeep are known to be adventurous, thus, they have opportunities within the brand to have off road capabilities. City life is not usually attractive to Jeep owners as there's not enough space on the roads and there's not a lot of chances for them to get outdoors with their adventures. Jeep's brand identity comes from functionality, a foundational atmosphere, as well as having aspirational values with a central focus on mastery, adventure, freedom, and authenticity. Jeep inspires consumers to find a Jeep that is unique to the individual while providing opportunities to go where other vehicles can't go. Jeep's brand inventory offers a variety of products in the automobile retail industry targeted to different audiences depending on what kind of a vehicle you're looking for. The Commander is an SUV seating 7 passengers along with enough space and versatility for a rich lifestyle. The Grand Cherokee is another luxury SUV provided by Jeep with a more sporty and sophisticated twist. The Grand Cherokee is the larger of the offerings, but it encompasses all of the legendary features of the original Jeep. The Wrangler is the original Jeep. It's the most popular product sold by Jeep, and it positions itself as a fun and freedom machine. The Wrangler Unlimited is the 4-door option of the Wrangler, and the Jeep Compass is targeted more towards the modern and younger consumers. Jeep has headquarters in Toledo, Idaho, and it also has distribution centers in 6 other countries. Jeep has a very competitive pricing policy, which allows it to set itself apart from other retailers and other manufacturers. Jeep offers services such as warranties on their cars with limited time warranties, powertrain warranties, and they also offer a Jeep Drive Plus MasterCard. With the Jeep Drive Plus MasterCard, consumers are able to have 0% financing as well as earn rewards on Jeep purchases, and they can also use it for purchases outside of the Jeep brand, which further promotes Jeep into the community. The Jeep Wave is a membership benefit service that the brand offers to all Jeep owners for quality service and rewards. So you'll see a lot of Wrangler owners going down the road waving to each other, and the general wave is throwing up 2 fingers off the wheel. If they have the top down, oftentimes you'll see them throw their whole arm out the window and wave at the other person. But like I said, it's mostly found with the Wrangler owners. Here recently, if a fellow Jeep owner waves, you're required to return the wave, even if they're in an SUV or one of the smaller SUVs, just to include everyone in the brand. The Badge of Honor is a new quality trait that Jeep personifies with giving out badges to owners that are brave enough to take on trails such as the Rubicon Trail, the Cliffhanger, Black Bear Pass, or the Crawdaddy. And you can see on the screen the Rubicon Trail, it says, is one of the most challenging off-road trails in the world. And then up here you can see once a Jeep owner has conquered those trails, they get badges that they can display on their vehicle to show other Jeepers that they might be a little bit more adventurous or braver than the other. Jeep personifies its owner values within the brands. They take a inventory every year and find out what the owners and what other consumers are looking for in their cars, and they try to fit that in to make their customers happy. The Jeep brand worked hard towards establishing a more modern and progressive design with aerodynamic features, moving Jeep into the global appeal era. Jeep has popular rivals such as Toyota, Suzuki, and the Subaru. All three of those brands have off-road capabilities, but they're not quite as highly rated as the Jeep. Jeep has strengths with a large brand portfolio, focused research and development, and a world-class manufacturing system. Opportunities for Jeep include growing the United States automotive industry. They have a European Green Vehicle Initiative, and they also have investing opportunities with the European Investment Bank. Weaknesses for Jeep include recurring product recalls with their product inventories and poor business performance inside of the North American Free Trade Agreement. Potential threats for Jeep and Fiat Chrysler Automotives is the increasing price of raw materials that it takes to build these vehicles. Also, increased competition inside the automotive industry and regional and economic influences that are always affecting the automotive industry. Here's an example of the type of product recalls. Every recall can involve multiple models, years. So you can see here that the Grand Cherokee is the most popular with product recalls for things like airbags and transmission. Jeep was the #1 SUV brand in the 1990s. Jeep also has a strategic partnership with people like Apple and SiriusXM Radio. So Apple has Apple CarPlay inside of all of the new vehicles these days, which allows you to mirror your phone screen to your car screen and you have hands-free driving. So here competition is listed again with people like Subaru, Toyota, and Honda. And Toyota and Honda doesn't have four-wheel drive capabilities in their vehicles, but most people are competing with the small SUV class car. The Jeep Wrangler specifically does not have any direct competitors because it is a one-of-a-kind in the automobile industry. So the Cherokee actually competes with the Honda CR-V and the Toyota RAV4 directly. Toyota is the next best when it comes to off-road performance. However, the RAV4 is not always sold in a four-wheel drive trim level. Two brand mantras that Jeep uses for marketing is fun and freedom since 1941 and legends aren't born, they're made. These two marketing tactics have been used since day one for Jeep with their aggressive marketing strategy. Jeep uses advertisements through newspapers and magazines, but one thing that Jeep has going for them is that they don't have to do a whole lot of commercials or online advertising because the Jeeps pretty much just sell themselves. So there's really no need to pay for all of the marketing tactics needed. Jeep seems to have many issues with their aging cars as customers continually have to put in new motors or brakes after the Jeep hits a certain age. I know, for example, my uncle has had a Wrangler for about 8 years and he's already had to put 4 transmissions into the same Jeep. So it's just continually having to put more money and more money into the vehicles after they turn that age. And you can see here, there's a few little quotes that have become pretty popular amongst Jeeps that don't have a great reputation, such as just exchange every part and just empty every pocket. So the longevity of the vehicles is lacking, and Jeep actually has a lot of potential for releasing hybrid vehicles that are better in fuel efficiency with gas mileage and doing better on the economy with fuel emissions. For the Christian worldview, I've incorporated 3 biblical verses that I think really incorporate the Jeep brand as a whole. So first up, we have Psalm 40, verse 2. He brought me up from the miry clay and set my feet upon a rock. Then we have Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, and an ever-present help in trouble. Isaiah 43:2 reads, When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. To me, these three Bible verses really portray how Jeep could do a better job of putting out there that God has created a beautiful earth for all of his children, and the Jeep is just here to help us explore all of the creations that we don't typically get to see on a day-to-day basis. I think Jeep could do a better job of incorporating Christian worldview into their brand, but they were not founded on Christian beliefs, so I don't think that's something we'll ever see in the future. It's just a duty that us as Christians have to thank God every day for creating such a beautiful planet and allowing us these vehicles to explore with. And these are my references that I've used for my research, and I thank you for listening.